It's Tyler Everingham, and this weekend he becomes the youngest ever competitor in CAM's Formula 4. He is just 15 years and 85 days old. We caught up with him early in the weekend.
My name's Tyler Everingham. I weigh 50 kgs with all my gear. I'm 151 centimetres tall. I've come from go-karts out of the J-Max and the KA4 category. I've won a few races. I plan to win next season, but not this season. I plan just to ease into it and get used to the car. The reason why I want to race Formula 4 now is I want to really create the pathway early and get into it as soon as I can and get used to the car. It's a great beginner car. Like, it's easy to drive, easy to change gears, and it's great aerodynamics and stuff like that. I haven't driven a car with gears before. I found that challenging, getting used to the gears and getting used to what gear you should be through the corners. It definitely feels very good through the corners. It has a lot of mechanical grip. The aero really sticks to the track.
For the start of this one, when they come back around next time by, Cameron McConville, you're so intrinsically involved with this category. How do you see the next 14 laps playing out?
I think it'll be great racing, Chad. There's a couple of nervous drivers, though. I just chatted to the boys, particularly those making their debut in the championship, Brenton Grove, Josh Denton. They're a little bit nervous. I said, nothing to be nervous by. You're there. Just get through day one. Race one. It's a long way to go in this championship.
That's how they line up. Will Brown as the front row alongside his teammate Jordan Love. They both ran in the series last year. If anything, the experience has really come to the fore. The guys with the most races in this category, first, second and third.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, there's no doubt there's most likely going to be two races here. Will Brown, Jordan Love, Nick Rowe will be the three that may get away from the rest. But I think Brenton Grove, he's got enough pace. If he just latches onto the gearbox of this guy, Nick Rowe, he can run with him. Then there'll be a bit of a gap. Then there's the Carters, Josh Denton, Tyler Everingham, Jack Smith. That'll be the next battle. And Joshua Conroy, Jordan McGregor, I think, can run with them. So there'll most likely be two races. And there is effectively two races when you've got the rookies.
Yep.
Designated by the yellow number plate on the side of the rear wing. The rookies making their debut, or what classifies a rookie as a driver that has done no more than 3 national championship car races in any other category. And you can see the 3 at the back there. But Will Brown certainly looking speedy all weekend. Hasn't been dethroned off the top of the timesheets. But Jordan Love, I tell you what, it was, 5/100ths of a second off pole there in the end. So you never know.
There was 2 seconds on the clock when he started that last lap in qualifying. It was an absolute squeaker, but he did a really good job. And he pulls up alongside his team BRM teammate. The Cars Galore entry, number 99, driven by Will Brown, pole sitter here. That's the car that won the championship in the hands of another man from Toowoomba. Talking about our outgoing champ, Jordan Lloyd. This is the category that sent 5 young men off to Europe and America. It's a great launching platform for young Aussie drivers. The search for our next Daniel Ricciardo starts in 2016 as the red lights come on. We're off and running, and Will Brown gets a great jump. Geez, 2 or 3 car lengths up almost off the hit of the throttle, and he sneaks in beautifully down to the first corner. Grove and Rowe go side by side. Oh, that's going to be very tight through turn 3. Side by side action. How close do you like it? IndyCar style. How cool does that look? But it's Rowe who's definitely got the inside line. How does Grove play this one? Tyler Everingham in behind him in a big lock-up. Oh, he's not going to make it. He crashes into Jordan Love and the leader. He took Will Brown out as well. He took the leader out with him. He skittled both BRMs.
You know what? I think Nick Rowe made an error there. He was too worried about trying to out-drag Brenton Grove. He got transfixed about Grove. Grove takes the lead. We're going to have a safety car, most likely.
It's on. Yep, safety car deployed.
Won't be able to pass there. Someone's trying to have a look up the inside. Unfortunately, Jordan Love, just the complete innocent party there. But I think Nick Rowe, he was just worried about Grove on the outside. Grove gave him plenty of room, and Tyler Everingham, which is really strange because they should be under full course yellow, so I'm not sure if he just had an innocent spin there. Well, not the best way to start round one of, there's
Jack Smith.
Jack Smith.
I think there might have been contact between Smith and Everingham, because remember when you said, you can't pass, there's a yellow flag down there? I think that's who it was. So yeah, okay. I think even with the safety car coming out, there was contact. All right, this is the first one. It happened down at turn 4. Oh, man. Oh, dear.
Yeah, just gone in way too hot there.
Gee, speared both of them.
And he's made contact there, I'd say, Love, with that barrier. So look, he didn't go in too deep, but he locked the front, and then he's decided, I think, oh, there's actually some room here to go up the inside. And I'd say, if anything, Jordan Love may have got round the corner, but he decided, I'm going to take evasive action and just go straight. He saw Rowe coming. He would have heard the squeal. Now, Rowe's gone right up the inside, and to avoid contact, he said, oh, I'm going to go straight ahead, and made contact with the outside wall. And it was all back. There's the contact there, yeah. So that's Smith just having a bang of wheels.
This is looking off the back of the race leader, Will Brown, our pole sitter. So watch the red lurking car.
Look how far ahead he is, though. He's well ahead, and he gets turned around, which to me just shows that Nick Rowe, great young kid, but way too ambitious on the first turn of the first lap. That was silly.
Yeah, not his finest moment.
But I'm sure he's, as I say, he's a good kid. He'll put his hand up, I would think, because you can just see that that was a long way back to try and dive up the inside there. And
whack. Oh, that was a big hit on the wall, actually. Man, took one of our TV cables with it down there.
And this one here was probably a little ambitious as well. So that was into the side of Josh Denton. Fortunately, Denton's come around P3, but that's a steering arm damage for Jack Smith. Yeah. So just a little bit too far back again. Got to be well up the inside at the braking point. That's how Carl Reindler is our driving standards advisor with Laurie Schmidt, the race director, and the driver's briefing, they were told you've got to be wheel to wheel at the braking point. Both those instances, the drivers were just too far back.
Goodness me. Well, there is Carl.
Carl's thinking...
I wish I was in the commentary box instead, like yesterday.
He's thinking I've probably got a few hours work there. In fact, I don't think that one will take too long, to be perfectly honest.
Okay, this is what happened to Tyler.
Here? Might be just an innocent spin on his own here. Yeah, just got out on the grass.
What was Larry Perkins' old saying? Young driver, cold tyres.
Yes.
You know the rest.
Under safety car. So, but look, that's just a innocent small mistake there for Everingham. He gets back and rejoins in P7. So this is going to take a couple of laps.
So they're going to put this one on the flatbed, or at least bring the crane down. They should get Nick down there himself. Nick Rowe's actually a crane driver by trade, so he could go down there and retrieve Jordan's car for him after putting him in the gravel trap. Jack Smith's out. Okay, this is going to take a second to clean up. Let's wind the clock back to last year as we get the F4s out of the way. There were one or two incidents in the inaugural season. Let's relive them. How about this one? The very first race meeting, something extremely similar happened. Tom Randall turning around Vernon.
Yep.
Zane Goddard. Just listen to this. This is horrific.
That's called carbon fibre on carbon fibre, and Dad's bank accounts being torn up, actually.
How about Goddard going side by side with Drew Ridge?
This is a great moment. I mean, great slow-mo. Drew Ridge copping a mouthful of dirt, who's gone back into karting this year, I see.
Good on board this one.
Ugh. Good racing, really. No contact. Not a lot of room off-road. Have a look at this one. This is great.
Lewis leads, and Will Brown.
And then straightened him up and said, play on, umpire.
No worries.
They didn't even blow the whistle with that one.
How tough are these F4s, mate? No, didn't even break the front wing.
I think that contact was in the side pod. Watch, gets him in the side pod or back wheel, and then turns him around with the nose cone and play on. That was actually, those two raced pretty hard all year. Look at this one, though.
That's Randall, Lloyd and Leeds. Three of the quickest guys from last year. This is on board from Jordan Lloyd's right shoulder. Just watch this gap disappear.
Puff of tyre smoke. It doesn't get any closer on the streets to have tyre on tyre contact and get away with it. This was Lewis going for a fairly hairy ride and not hitting one, fortunately. Of course, we mentioned earlier, Lewis, a Red Bull Junior driver in 2016 in the UK.
Seriously, how good are these onboards? We've got a few wild moments on camera from last year. There's the flatbed with the crane. It's picked up car 79 Jordan Love, and that is really, really unfortunate. Wow, that's a big hit on that left-hand side. So that's where it's gone into the Armco after being skiddled by Nick Rowe. So a couple of West Aussies making contact down there. They're a long way from home. Christchurch grammar student in his final year of high school. So Will Brown here could still very much win this race. He's a long way off the pace back down in sixth.
Yeah.
We're looking over his shoulder right now. In front of him, he's got Jordan McGregor. He qualified last. Conroy, first ever race for him. Denton, first ever race for him. Nick Rowe, probably going to get a drive through. And then he's got his teammate Brent Grove, who will be the hardest guy to pass, and he might have a chance to get a good lead on him here. First, if not definitely second, I reckon, for Will Brown in this race.
Yeah, totally agree, Chad. And we should get enough time. There's generous time for the 14 laps, 25 minutes, 7 minutes gone. So we should get through the full race distance. And it's interesting that Brenton Grove, he was quite nervous. I said, just keep your nose clean, stay out of trouble, run with the first 3 guys. Just try and run with those first 3 experienced guys. And not only run with them, he's now ahead of them.
Yep.
So this will be good experience for Brenton.
Remember the first race of last year, we were saying Jordan Lloyd's going to win this in a canter, and then we got a big surprise, and Will Brown winning that one, actually. Well, we said Will Brown's going to win this one in a canter. We got a bit of a surprise there too, but now we're set for a restart. They're all queued up behind an 18-year-old kid out of Melbourne, Brent Grove. University student, and he's got Nick Rowan behind him. Still no word of a penalty yet.
No, look, they could well issue one in race control. Carl would be talking to Laurie, or they may look at it post. And here we go. So it's up to Brenton to maintain speed. So green flags will be waving as he comes around. And if anything, Joshua Denton's just lost a bit of time out of that, a little bit too far back. But again, first time he's done a safety car restart as well.
We've got all your angles covered. Top right, that's Nick Rowan second. Down the bottom, it's the hard charging, and I imagine quite angry Will Brown. Punts it out of the lead, and McGregor's going to run wide. That makes that one easy. Does he know he's on the outside? You're a brave man running the Armco, but he's got one out the way nice and early. Good restart.
Clean restart. Nick Rowe needs to just settle down here, not try and do too much too soon. A little bit of tyre squeal, but just a slight lock-up. Jordan McGregor, car 44.
Good race at the front between BRM and AGI Sport. AGI have won 2 races in this category. The very first one, they also picked up another one. As Will Brown now with a good run up the inside potentially. Oh, there it goes Josh. Flying off the road, Josh Conroy. Seeing who was in his mirrors, got spooked. Ran wide with a huge head of speed. Very nearly took Josh Denton with him.
I'd tell you, even Will Brown didn't try and pass. So you could see him pull out, and then you just brake really late. And Will's like, gee, that's late. And it was so late that he drove off the road. So fortunately, Conroy didn't touch anyone. He'll have a fairly hairy ride out there, but should have rejoined. We'll find him back from the paddock somewhere.
Down towards turn 4.
Got a flag waving.
That might have been a black flag.
I think it might have been with a board on it.
Yeah, and I bet that board says 97.
It blocked our view completely because I'm pretty sure that was a board. And you're right. So well picked, Chad. I'd say this could be a drive-through this time around. Let's have a look here.
This is a huge moment. He's gone off at a really rapid rate of knots there. That's a monstrous spin. Surely he's out in the gravel. Oh, he went through the gravel.
Yeah, flick turn and back on.
Man, that is covered in dust.
It's all part of the learning curve.
Oh, he's got around Denton. He's up another one. He's flying. He's up to third. Rose serving that drive-through penalty on this lap. So that makes second.
Oh, big lock-up, though, by Will Brown. Massive lock-up quite early. Early in the braking phase there. Lucky to hang on to that and not run off the road himself. So Nick Rowe taking his drive-through. 2
laps, he's already managed to crawl back to second. That was very quick. He had 2 guys fall off the racetrack in front of him. One get a drive-through. And then I wouldn't be surprised if Denton's carrying a little bit of a bent steering or something from that contact. Brown's got a bent front wing as a result of his crash.
There you go. So that makes sense. That's why that left front, right front lock-up phase up over the crest there. So when you've got a damaged front wing, just upsetting the aero to the front of the car under braking, of course. So I wonder if that'll be it. So there it is again. Yeah. So he's going to have to manage that. He'll completely destroy that left front tyre. So they need to be on the radio telling him you've got to. He wouldn't see that part of the car being damaged and needs to just try and drive around, or he could end up in the gravel trap.
So this is higher than he can actually see, and we can just see the end plate. And from there, you can barely even tell that it's hurt. So he's got no chance of knowing that unless they get on the radio and say, Will, damage to that front wing, it's going to continually cause you to lock the left front. So he needs to be careful. I reckon he can still win this race anyway, to be honest. If he's smart, if he plays his hand. Although Grove has just set his own personal best first sector, so he's pulling one out of the bag here. BRM 1, 2, 3.
Jordan McGregor just quietly chipped away up into P4. So he's made up 4 spots. Just goes to show you've got to keep your nose clean. 57.23, Will Brown, fastest guy on the circuit at the moment. 57.6 for Brenton Grove, our race leader. And Conroy is back on, which is good news.
Nick Rowe a long way off the pace after serving his drive-through. He's only got 5 laps to catch the back of the pack, which will include Tyler Everingham if he wants a top 5. Every position you pass is a position to start a bit further up in the next race. Oh, very close under brakes.
So race 2, our first race tomorrow. At the moment, Jordan McGregor will be on pole because we flipped the first 4 cars. And Josh Denton, so the 2 rookies will start on the front row tomorrow if we finish like this.
So if Rowe could at least get to 4th, he'll get pole for tomorrow's race. That'll be the goal at the moment.
5 laps to go. So Will Brown just playing it easy under braking. But he's right up on the back of Brenton Grove now. What will Grove do? Does he try and take a race win in his very first F4 race? Or does he think, this guy's far more experienced, I won't battle for it? Who knows? Who knows what an 18-year-old thinks when you get in there when the visor goes down. He's not letting him past easily at this stage.
Judging by the body language of where he's putting that car, I'd say he's going for the win.
I reckon you're right. So Will's going to try and get the power on nice and early here. And if anything, he lost out a little there. He was trying the over and under, staying out wide to get the power on early. If anything, with that front wing, just had a little bit of push.
Oh, he's got a good run here, Cameron. He's got a really good run. Grove needs to move that car left if he's going to block. He's not got far enough. Or has he? It's enough to scare Will Brown out of trying to make the move. Hey, good racing at the front here. He put that car perfectly in the right spot to warn Will Brown of making that move. Surely turn 1 is not the spot to do it. He's got superior speed, but no way through. And he stopped locking that left front tyre as well, so he's done a really good job to manage that.
You've got to hand it to Brenton. He's not giving up. There's only 3 to go. 3 laps if he can just hold on. But Will is going to get the benefit of the big toe down the back straight. Now he goes to the outside, just needs to get the car stopped. Get it rotated better this time, which he has. He's got a very good exit this time. So now he'll latch under the gearbox and try and tow past. Brenton's in his right. There's only a few laps to go. He can certainly make it as defensive as possible without driving Will off the road. And he's doing it, look. He's making it hard.
Oh, moving back over in the braking area. You want to be careful doing that. If there's any overlap, there'll be contact. But he's doing a really good job. Hanging on at the moment. Will Brown's got so much speed, but no way through. 2 to go. Opening race of the year. This is good old-fashioned junior formula open wheel stuff. Wow, great exit through there. He won't even need to go defensive this time, which will give him a better exit.
Yeah, he just needs to not be too defensive, like completely driving down the inside of the road, because he's going to lose all momentum. So, man, look at that big bit of push from Will Brown there.
How good's Will under brakes, though? 1 more to go at the end of this one. We're going to get all 14 laps in. It's been entertaining. Oh, this is a really good run this time through turn 5. Closer than he's been in the last 2 attempts. He actually had to back off a bit there. Grove goes defensive. Brown can't get through. Teammates fighting for a win. Josh Denton falling off the back of this pack. Just a little bit. Great exit through turn 7. But turn 1 is just not the spot to do it. Last lap, opening race of the year. Who's going to win it between the teammates? He has a go down at turn 1. Can he get a bit of an over-under at the exit? No. He's hounding the back of the rookie.
This is great. And you know what? Will Brown, I'm pretty confident he'll be enjoying this. But have a look. That's Denton.
He caught up because of that battle.
Right up on the back. So it's a 3 BRM. Mark Rundle had one arm, one hand over his eyes, I would be sure. And there'd be 3 dads that are all here back in the paddock, and mums too, doing similar.
Last attempt. Grove's been leaving half a gap to the left each time. Can he go the long way? Oh, this would be huge. Can he go around the outside? Stop it. He's going to have a go. Couldn't do it. And he might open the door for Denton.
Denton's up the inside. He's got overlap.
Not quite. Oh, he's got a really good exit. Battle for seconds on. Not quite. Hey, Brenton Grove take a bow. In his first Formula 4 race, he holds off the hard-charging Will Brown. Seriously entertaining race to the flag. McGregor beats Everingham. Rowe still to come home in the background. He's going to set the fastest lap on the race on the last lap. Grove's happy with his efforts. His dad, a former champ in Carrera Cup's challenge class, and now he pencils his name in as the 5th ever race winner in Cam's Jayco Formula 4, and deservingly getting a round of applause from the officials. That was an awesome race. He earned that one. I know Brown got punted out early, but still did enough to hang on to that win. Loved the highline move from Will Brown. Couldn't quite pull it off, but showed a serious amount of bravery. Half a second covering the top 3. That's what we like to see.
Yeah, and look, there's no doubt about that, that front wing damage hurt him in that last corner trying to pull the car up. So Jordan McGregor, solid effort. Tyler Everingham, all rookie.